Hello everyone, welcome to today's tutorial. I'm Jill Sabalo, your tutor for today. In this video, I'm going to teach you how to use Padlet, one of the easiest and most creative tools for online collaboration. So whether you're a student, a teacher, or someone who just wants a simple place to organize your thoughts and ideas, Padlet is perfect because it lets you post your text, pictures, videos, links, and so much more all on just one board. In this tutorial, I'll guide you step by step on how to create a Padlet, explore each button, customize your settings, add posts, and organize your board. Let's get started. First, we have to open your browser and type padlet.com. If you already have an account, simply just click login. And if you're new, you can click sign up. And you can also register using your Google, Microsoft, Apple, or your email account. Now, once you are logged in, you will see your dashboard where all your Padlet boards will appear. To create your first Padlet, you have to click the Make a Padlet button and the setup will appear on your screen. As you can see here in the top left corner, we have the personalized greeting where it says hi and with your name. This section, it welcomes you and it recognizes your account and might refer you to your activity. And as you can see here, we have the start from scratch. In this section, it allows you to create a new Padlet from the ground up, giving you complete freedom to customize it. We also have here the recipes. This section offers a predefined templates called recipes, and it helps you to start creating your Padlets quickly. We also have here the main section. It is the central focus of this area, and it can create a new Padlet where you can choose from different types of Padlets based on what you want design. Next, we have here the blank board. As you can see, this is a collaborative digital board for collecting, organizing, and sharing ideas or content. It is very perfect for brainstorming or project planning activities. We also have here the blank sandbox section where it is a full of creative canvas. You can draw, you can write, and also you can add various media. And it is designed for flexible, free-form work like sketching, doodling, or interactive content creation. Now in the recipes section, you can see we have here the AI Art Studio, a template specifically designed for AI-driven art projects, and it allows you to organize and display creative works. We also have here the canvas. A general purpose of this is to create and share your visual projects on collaborative ideas. We also have here the daily schedule, and it is a structured template which manages and plan your daily tasks or activities. Next is the journal, and this template, it allows you to create a personal digital journal or diary. We also have here the biography, where it is designed to build out a biography where you can outline and showcase your personal life. We also have here the monthly class schedule. In this, it organizes and tracks your class schedules and deadlines and also your academic activities. And we also have the bookmarks, and in this section, it is designed for organizing and saving links like articles or other web-based resources in one place. And as we have here is the notebook, and it takes digital notes in an organized format and is very suitable for various types of written content. When we already have our boards and choose our Padlet, as you can see, there are a lot of layout. Let me explain each layout quickly. Our first layout we have here is the wall. In this layout, it arranges posts neatly like bricks, and it is very perfect for general activities. Next, we have the columns, and it is best for categories like what are your to-dos, what you are doing, and what are the activities you have already done. We also have here the grid where it organizes posts into even rows. And then the tables where it works just like a spreadsheet. We also have the free form. It places your post anywhere on screen, which is also good for brainstorming. And then the rows where it posts lineups horizontally. Next, we have the timeline. It is very good for sequences or historical events. We also have here the stream, and it is a clean top to bottom scrolling feed. So for this tutorial, I will choose the wall layout since it's the easiest to start with. So now we are going to explore the wall layout. So as you can see here, the heading and the title description. So in this title, this is where you set your title or the chosen title for your Padlet. Whatever you type here becomes the name that appears on the top of your board. For example, the title of my board is My Fancy Padlet, and our description here is the so for this description, this is a short sentence that tells your viewers what your Padlet is about. And here it says, a Padlet full of creativeness and ideas. We also have here the icon where you can add a small emoji that appears beside your title. This is actually optional, and right now it's set to none, but we can choose our icon right now. There. So next we have the wallpaper. So in the wallpaper option, it lets you change your background. You can choose from images, patterns, or solid colors. Next we have the color scheme. So in this option, it lets you choose the overall color of your theme. Like you can choose dark mode, light mode, or custom color presets. Next, we have here the font. So you can decide what font style your entire board will use, and this changes the look of the text on your Padlet. Next, we have the post size. So this adjusts how big or small each post appears on the boards. You can also make post compacts into medium or large depending on your style. Next we have here is the format. So this option actually controls how posts are arranged on your board. The current format is wall, which places posts in clean organized columns. And if we click the sort by, this lets you choose posts how it is in order. For example, you can choose it from newest to oldest, or it can be alphabetically arranged or randomly. Next, for the new post position, here you can control where your new posts appear. It can be at the top, at the bottom, left, or right, depending on your layout. And next, we can see here the engagement where it has comments. So this switch turns comments on or off. With comments, you can choose the on. Visitors can write responses under each of your posts. We also have here this reaction. So this control, it can create emoji reactions like heart, likes, and upvote. So you can choose which reaction types you want to allow. So for emoji, if reactions are enabled, this lets you customize the emojis options available only to the viewers. Next, we have here the post, so author and timestamp. So this option actually shows or hides the name of the person who posted and the time they posted it. So keeping this on is useful for class participation tracking. Next, we have the post field. So this is where you customize what information appear in each post. Okay, so now let's move on to our subject line. So at the top, you'll see the subject field. If we click this plus button, so you'll see the subject field. This is your post title. As what I said earlier, you can write something short like your reflection, your diary, or project draft. Next, we have here the main media bar. So under this subject line, you'll see a row of icons. These are your main tools for adding content to your post. You can see here we have a file upload icon, and this allows you to upload files from your device. Examples of files you can upload are PDF, Word document, PowerPoint presentations. You can also add photos, videos, and audio files. We can also click here the link icons where you can post or paste a website link here. Examples of website links you can add are the YouTube video links, Google Drive files, articles or websites, even Canva designs or Facebook or social media accounts if it is allowed by your teacher. Next, we have the camera icon. So of course, this lets you take photo or record a video directly inside a Padlet. Example, you can capture a selfie introduction, your written activity on paper, gallery walk outputs, also your group work progress. Now we also have here the screen recording, and this button lets you record your screen or capture what's on it. Example, you can demonstrate how you solve a math problem or even explain your project on your screen. Now that we have explored this, let's move on to the tools you can add to your Padlet post using the yellow plus button. You can see this is the plus button, so this tool helps you make your post more creative, interactive, and complete. So alright everyone, we've reached the end of our Padlet tutorial today. Now that you have learned to create your own Padlet, explore the different layouts, customize your board through the settings menu, manage permissions, use the share and export tools, and even duplicate boards. With what makes Padlet powerful is how simple and flexible it is. With just a few clicks, you can turn a blank board into an interactive collaborative workspace that fits any lesson, project, or presentation. And the more you experiment with its tools, the more you'll discover to make your boards meaningful and engaging. So if you found this tutorial helpful, feel free to try out Padlet right after this video and explore the features we have discussed. The best way to learn Padlet is to create your first board. Thank you everyone, and please don't forget to click the like button and subscribe.